I'm right on the edge of Udawalawe National Park here in Sri Lanka. I'm right next to a new trench that's being dug by the powers that be that decided this would be the solution to human-elephant conflict in the area. About 250 elephants live in the park. Historically, there have been over 1,000 identified elephants. Many of the bulls and even some of the herd members are breaking through this electric fence that's right here beside me and cooperating in the night. The elephants then return in the early morning, pass over the broken fence like as though nothing has happened. They leave a trail of destruction, and the locals here have gotten very upset. So the government decided that a 16-kilometer long trench is a solution to keep the elephants from cooperating and damaging village homes. So here in front of me is this 9-foot wide by 9-foot deep trench that will be a very temporary solution for the problem here. Most every elephant expert in the world will tell the government not to do this. This is a temporary solution, maybe lasting 2 to 3 years. The maintenance is so heavy here, and the erosion and the change to the overland flow, the storm waters is heavily changed by trenching like this. Now, if they had consulted environmentalists or conservationists anywhere the world over, they'll discover that the method has been tried many times, proven to fail. And the failure is from erosion of the steep banks, from storm water that'll come down off this side edge here. Elephants will trample it down, push it down, get down in the trench, and then eventually work their way across, especially during the wet season. We may find trenches used in other areas of Asia, including India, where almost a millennia ago they tried to use them, they dug them around rubber tree plantations. You'll still see the residual of them. They were given up long ago. It's been tried other places in Sri Lanka as well, around garbage dumps in Hambantota and elsewhere. And as we'll see in the next couple days in our travels to Hambantota, you'll see that the failure of the trenches there as well. Right. The elephants of Udawalawe have been breaking through the electric fences outside of the park and cooperating here in this field. Right behind me are some corn that have been laid down and consumed by maybe a couple of bull elephants. It happened last night. They've been breaking the fence though every night for the last several months, and they've been doing it for years actually. And the farmers have to stay awake all night during the growing season to shoo them away. They use firecrackers, poisons, they shoot at them. There's been a lot of elephant deaths here and human deaths also. So what to do? Already are showing great emaciation. They're starving. They don't look healthy. There's not enough fodder, enough forage in the park for them to survive. There's a lot of invasive species in the park, overtaking maybe up to half of the ground cover. The government has been making an effort to uproot, using mechanical and manual means to uproot the invasive species. They must do more, and they also must plant more. They must really go in there and restore the grasslands so that the elephants, who are being deprived of breaking through the fences and coming to steal these crops, they have to now have alternative means for feed. Another alternative, of this puzzle is the corridors to the east. There's 4 historical corridors that used to branch out from Udawalawe. The elephants seasonally during the dry season could escape to the greener pastures to the east. Those now have been blocked. Recently, the most northern of those corridors has now been encroached upon. The government should decide that they want to protect these corridors, restore them, and so the elephants have an out, that they can find greener pastures when needed. Only a few brave bulls will find their way through and out the other side and escape the dry forage in Udawalawe and go eastward. A solution for the government then might be that they go and restore those corridors, protect them so that elephants can once again link the green pastures on the one side seasonally with their habitat, the core habitat in Udawalawe. Know that the elephants have been deprived of coming out over here to the west, to these farmers' fields. Invasive species in the park now are not going to allow enough fodder for their survival, for 250 elephants to survive. The government has to replant grasses there and protect the corridors to the east. Without doing those things, the tourists here are going to see nothing but really sick elephants, and there's going to be a lot of emaciated elephants, a lot of death. Already, actually, up to 50% of the newborns are actually dying every year. The last several years is what we understand. So that's not going to improve unless the government takes affirmative action. let's pull up the invasive species, keep the corridors open, and make for a thriving elephant population, which also leads to a good economy. The tourists come here to see healthy elephants. So let's hope that the future tourists will see just that, thriving elephants. That's all we want to see. And the locals here that are in a tourist sector would also love to see the economic benefit of a thriving park. These two elephants are about to cross the trench into the inner part of the garbage dump here where I'm standing. They're very tentative when they're looking to cross, as though they don't want anybody to know the path, the secret path they're taking. One elephant is in the trench right now. You see it about to come out very soon. Yeah, there he is. They made their own ramp with garbage and things. They pulled it down and made a ramp to come up on this side. All the trenches around Sri Lanka are having the same, wherever they put in trenches without a hanging electric fence, they have this failure. This trench, again, has only been here 6 months, maybe. The trench runs maybe half a kilometer around the whole garbage dump. They're designed to be 9 feet across and about 9 feet deep. But here I can see that it's only about 7 feet deep because erosion, soils washed out and into the bottom of this. So it's only 7 feet deep now. And the base here, the erosion in 7 or 8 years has slumped a lot of the soil. So now the elephants could come and kick this edge off and create a little ramp for themselves and then climb down and then walk along the base of the trench and find a spot to come out. These electric wires, hanging electric fence, is what will stop them. So what we've heard from the attendant is the elephants would come here, navigate through the trench and come up and touch this, which is obviously is not electrified right now. These electric fence wires run the whole, and with this then, it impedes the elephants. They quickly get a safe shock and then will retreat and then walk along the entirety of the trench and find a ramp and exit to the safe other outside. So the fence is about 15 feet high, the top horizontal wire, and then these every 2 feet or so, every foot and a half, will have a hanging wire that's weighted at the end, so they hang consistently down instead of coiling up. So we have a high dollar trench dug along here, almost for 10 kilometers. We have 3-strand electric wire running the whole distance, but the local farmers are not so trusting of that. So they're relying on old school elephant warning system.
Here we are at the garbage dump in Hambantota, and here we have a vertical fence. Underneath is the standard horizontal strands used in most electric fencing. And unlike about 20 or so garbage dumps throughout Sri Lanka, this one has no elephants in it because this particular setup of electric fencing is working to keep them out. A year ago, there were herds of them inside, munching on human wastes and plastic bags and all sorts of things that weren't good for them. Approximately 10% of the elephant population in Sri Lanka is habituated to garbage dumps, unfortunately. But something like this, which although is much more expensive than traditional electric fencing, is actually effective in keeping the elephants out.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I am talking. Yeah? What? Are you ready to talk? Yeah, I'm going to talk about elephants. Like that? Oh! Okay. I need to see healthy elephants. Then I'll get excited. I need to see baby elephants. I love baby elephants. Doesn't everybody love baby elephants? I want to see them, but not eating garbage. Okay, so Ottawa is giving me a signal that I should start talking. So I am talking, but not about really important stuff. So anyway, yeah, it's okay.